Financial horoscope for the week of September 12th to 18th through 2022. Globally, the financial trend in general continues to be not the most favorable for many people, although those who have a stable situation do not have a new deterioration. But it will be a better week compared to the previous week, and it will be a better week. The moon is in Taurus and Cancer this week, so there are definitely some people in the Zodiac who could take advantage of this in a positive way. On the other days, among other apexes, the moon will also form a conjunction with Jupiter, a trine with the Sun, and a dynamic conjunction with Mars, which will bring opportunities to reach agreements and deals and raise the results of any trade. Keep in mind Mercury retrograde, which slows down deals and does not honor agreements to the fullest, and try not to quarrel with partners. And then the financial results of the week will not be bad at all. Monday, September 12th, Moon in Aries. An active and dynamic day, but also potentially conflictual. Don't rush and don't react to provocations, and you will definitely have good luck on this day. Tuesday, September 13th, the moon is still in Aries until lunchtime, and yet does not make any aspects, that is, ineffective. It's not a good time for things that require results. But in the afternoon the moon moves into Taurus, and the perfect time to deal with financial matters begins. Wednesday, September 14th, the moon continues moving into Taurus, creating a favorable atmosphere for commerce and forming a trine with Venus to put right some matters that have not gone as one would wish lately. On Thursday, September 15th, the moon is still in Taurus, and although it squares Saturn, it doesn't really interfere with business in a global sense, because Saturn is in harmony with its home in Aquarius. The day favors serious business and a thoughtful approach. On Friday, September 16th, the moon is already in Gemini. The day is not so much good for dealing directly with financial matters as it is for negotiating, trading, and reaching agreements. Good aspects of the moon to Jupiter and Mars, as well as to Mercury, further reinforce this tendency. Devote a day to working with clients, and the results won't be long in coming. With those with whom cooperation is going badly now, it is time to improve the dialogue or at least partially make amends for unpleasant situations. Venus square Mars can, of course, bring some tension to partnerships for some people, but the same aspect can help you get some money back or payment for goods if you put your mind to it. On Saturday, September 17th, the moon continues through Gemini. The day is weaker than the previous one, and is better used for thinking and planning, but if need be, some negotiations on not too global topics can be effective too. On Sunday, September 18th, useful time doesn't start until lunchtime, and for those who work on the weekend, the second half of the day is very good. In the morning, however, there is no point in talking to anyone or trying to solve financial issues, it will do absolutely nothing. Financial horoscope for the week for Aries. The week contrasts financially with the previous week. If there were any setbacks last week, there is an opportunity to at least partially correct them this week. If last week was good, this week has a tendency to slow down or lose some control over the situation. On Monday and Tuesday morning, you need to avoid making financial decisions. The second half of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday are the best days to make financial decisions. Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning are neutral days, but you should be cautious with your financial decisions, guided by the situation. The second half of Sunday is good for making business decisions, but you should not be in a hurry, and you should listen to someone from the outside to prevent missteps. This does not mean that you have to do what others say, but it can balance your own view of the situation and bring something new, more objective. Financial horoscope for the week for Taurus. The financial situation, although not the best, but at least you have it under control, and you yourself are not damaging it. If something is slowing down, take your time, soon the situation will begin to smooth out. Someone could ask you for a loan or try to give financial advice. It's better not to lend, and you can listen to the advice a little, modifying it to suit you. Monday and Tuesday morning are fraught with spending. Try to keep it to a minimum. Tuesday afternoon and up to and including Thursday are good days for financial decisions. Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning are good for negotiations, but Sunday morning is bad for making decisions. Negotiations with partners later this week may yield useful information, but if you need to sign any papers, it's still better to wait for Mercury to straighten in October. The second half of Sunday is good for business, but it would be better to have a rest on this day, as all your plans can be fulfilled on Monday and you won't lose anything from it. Gemini financial horoscope for the week. The week is much better in financial terms than the previous one. Don't forget Mercury retrograde. It's not a good time to sign contracts, but it's a good period to think about general direction. This is the most difficult time for partnerships, but Friday and Saturday are some opportunity to iron out existing contradictions. Monday and Tuesday morning may bring some forced spending. Try not to overdo it. But the second half of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday are very good for financial matters. The second half of Sunday is also very good for financial matters, or at least for ideas on how to improve one's finances. Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning are good for thinking things through, but not for financial decisions. These days are also good for working with clients. Cancer financial horoscope for the week. For many members of the sign of Cancer, the week will be successful financially. The best times when profits are possible, the financial situation can improve, and which you can choose to approach your boss and discuss a pay raise are Tuesday evening, Wednesday and Thursday. Sunday afternoons are also great for all this, but for most people this is a day off, and it makes sense to use it for rest. Monday and Tuesday mornings are fraught with spending based on emotion. It's best to try to avoid it unless it's helping someone in need and you want that money back. Friday and Saturday are not suitable for solving financial issues. You can use them for routine work, writing any texts or letters, working with papers. Also on these days your advice may be useful to someone, and the days are good for those who earn in a field related to consulting. Financial horoscope for Leo. It's a pretty good week financially. On Monday, however, in addition to the recognition of your merits at work, you may receive offers that contrast with your notions of decency, and you will be inclined to reject them. The second half of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday are good for dealing with financial and any other business matters. Friday and Saturday are good for promotional activities, sending out offers to clients, holding some kind of promotion for them. But for major financial decisions, the time is not suitable until Sunday afternoon. Then Sunday is a completely good day for financial decisions and communication with business partners. But nothing bad will happen if you use this time to rest and postpone business to the beginning of next week. It's not a good week to be traveling, even in a small way. Take care if you do have to, and also be aware of Mercury retrograde, which puts a damper on all your plans and actions. That's something to keep in mind as you plan your time. Financial horoscope for Virgo this week. The financial situation is generally under your control. If even some time ago there was some deterioration, you need to remember that this is temporary, and just do what depends on you. The best days this week for dealing with financial issues are the second half of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and the second half of Sunday. At these times, some improvement can either occur on its own or your actions can lead to it. The worst days to make financial decisions are Monday, Tuesday morning, Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning. Make sure you plan carefully, and set aside some extra time, given Mercury retrograde, which is slowing things down right now. The only pitfall of this time, aside from the general conflicting tendency in all partnerships, is that personal sympathies at work can have a negative impact on business. Therefore, you should think 100 times before getting close to someone at work, or before committing any of your personal partners to your financial affairs. Another version of the manifestation of this trend could be the suppression of you as an employee by someone in charge who sympathizes with you in a personal way. Financial horoscope for the week for Libra. The financial situation this week is not changing in any direction. You only need to make sure that someone from your personal partners can't somehow hurt your finances or force you to make some wrong financial decisions. There is also some tendency for difficulties with superiors, especially on Monday and Tuesday morning. The second half of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, on the other hand, are good days for dealing with any business issues. If you are looking for a job or want to leave your current job, some interesting offers may come in at this time. Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning carry the danger of ill-considered financial moves, and you should try to avoid this. It's a good time to study, upgrade your skills and travel, including business trips. But don't forget to take Mercury retrograde into consideration, as there could be difficulties buying return tickets and contracts signed at this time won't be honored in their entirety. Financial horoscope for the week for Scorpio. Your financial situation is still going in the direction of improvement and is under your control. Try not to spoil this situation by taking unnecessary debts or any improper financial actions. Monday and Tuesday mornings can bring some money or useful information. It's also a good time for some kind of study and a road trip. Tuesday afternoon as well as Wednesday and Thursday are good and quiet days in terms of business. Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning are days suitable for working with clients. In terms of partnerships, the week is bearable, but at the end of the week some friction with business partners or counterparties may arise. Sunday afternoon is a good time for business, but it's also good for rest, so you can put things off until Monday. Financial horoscope for Sagittarius. The week in financial terms continues the trend of the previous one. The situation is stable, and you should only be somewhat wary that you yourself might ruin something by wrong actions. For people who are employed, the situation at work is not the most favorable. There may be problems within the company, or just the atmosphere at this stage is not very comfortable. That said, your state of mind remains correct, and plans for further improvement in matters may come to mind. This is especially true for those whose area of expertise is suitable for freelance work. In terms of partnerships, the timing is still challenging. The best days to deal with financial matters are the second half of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and the second half of Sunday. Monday is a conflicting day, although your side in controversial situations may be taken by someone who is like-minded. Tuesday before lunch is not suitable for any decisions. Friday and Saturday are good for negotiations and working with clients. Sunday morning is not good for any business. Capricorn financial horoscope for the week. Financial dynamics this week are still positive, although you have little influence on this. Everything seems to be going well on its own. At work or in terms of business, things should go well too. Here everything is more or less under your control. Almost the whole week except Tuesday morning and Sunday morning should be good for business. Friday and Saturday are good for negotiations. The second half of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and the second half of Sunday are good and quiet times for business matters. Be mindful of Mercury retrograde, which slows things down, to properly plan for deadlines and build in time in any matters. Difficult tendencies in partner relationships hardly concern you, and only Monday and Tuesday mornings differ to some extent in this regard. Some of the partners may be unhappy about something, but such situations should be quickly and successfully resolved. Financial horoscope for Aquarius this week. The financial situation is not too tumultuous, but not bad either. Everything in general is under your control. Ineffective are Tuesday morning and Sunday morning. On the other days, profits and successes in work are possible. The best times for active sales are Monday, Friday and Saturday. The second half of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday evening are simply good and quiet days, a good time for thoughtful and balanced successful financial decisions. In terms of partnerships, Monday may bring troubles, but if you don't overreact, the situation should settle down quickly. The only tricky part is the atmosphere at work. The environment can become so uncomfortable that you may want to leave the place. For business owners, on the contrary, the situation is going in a more positive direction, and soon you can hope for an even greater improvement. Financial horoscope for the week for Pisces. If your financial situation worsened at the beginning of the month, this trend remains in place and the money situation threatens to get even more out of hand. In this case, it may turn out that you will have nothing left to do but just work quietly and wait out this difficult time. If nothing much happened at the beginning of the month, then the tendency to simply mismanage your income persists. Partnerships now follow the logic of where it's thin, there it's torn. You shouldn't force this situation. There may not be a better solution here, either, than to simply wait it out, as the time for ultimatums or litigation is not the best. The only good thing is that if you are a specialist in a particular field, this is a great time to upgrade your skills and plan your activities for the future. Go after your goal, and you're sure to succeed. The best days for settling financial matters are the second half of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and the second half of Sunday. Monday is the worst day and Tuesday morning is also ineffective. Friday and Saturday are good for negotiations, and Sunday morning is good for sleep. Friends, if you liked the horoscope, give me a like and subscribe to the channel.